I was going to say something funny, but man, I have no words. Buckle up for this week's review of Pottersville from 2017, produced by, and this is no joke, Wing and a Prayer Pictures. Yeah, you got that right.
I got elk steaks. I got squab. I got wild boar.
Is there anything you can't catch?
There's a rumor floating around there may be a Sasquatch in these parts.
Don't you know how much he loves this town? He feels like he doesn't belong here.
It's the most exciting thing to happen in this town for decades.
We're going to catch imps and fairies.
Lord, I'm the sheriff, and if we're gonna catch Bigfoot, I'm gonna be there.
Buy the truck in 10.
Now, I shall try to communicate with the beast.
Having bowel problems?
The tripwire has just been tripped, so let's see if we've got ourselves a squatch, huh? Did I get him? Did I get him? Here's you going crazy.
I'm never gonna rub the buddy again, I promise.
Oh, yeah, oh my.
I need some excitement in my life!
Am I the only one here that does not want to hump Bigfoot?
Joining me are reoccurring guests Cole and Taylor. Always happy to have them on the pod. The description for this movie is Maynard, which is the protagonist, a beloved local businessman, is mistaken for the legendary Bigfoot during an inebriated romp through town in a makeshift gorilla costume. That is, someone sat in a room and said, hey, this is going to be the best film ever made. Top billed stars, this is the kicker, Michael Shannon, Christina Hendricks, Ron Perlman, Ian McShane, Thomas Lennon, and Judy Greer. Directed by Seth Hendrickson, runtime of 1 hour, 24 minutes. Felt really much longer than that. Rated PG-13, but it's just weird because it had thematic elements that, like adult themes, but still PG-13. It's just so weird. Rotten Tomatoes categorizes this as other, then comedy. So, first of all, it can't be categorized, and then it's also a comedy. Rating from IMDb is a 5.4 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 0% from the critics, and a 67% from the rest of us. Box office money made reportedly on a $750,000 budget, which seems low based on some of the people that were acting in this. And I believe that it probably only made $3.99, which is us streaming this movie for this recording. So we helped give them a coffee. Right now you can stream this on Netflix if you're interested. Here's some popcorn trivia. In the woods as the camera crew set up to shoot Brock's Bigfoot hunt introduction, Brock has a meltdown at a crew member standing in his eye line with a light meter. Brock's dialogue is word for word taken from the Christian Bale meltdown on the set of Terminator Salvation, whose audio went viral 10 years previous to the filming of this movie. Which is crazy. It's like 10 years and they're trying to make comment on that. It's so weird. Tribute to It's a Wonderful Life from 1946. In It's a Wonderful Life, when George has no longer been born, the town name changes from Bedford Falls to Pottersville after Old Man Potter. And this is what this movie's called, Pottersville. You know what? I don't have any more trivia because it's not that good. All right, let's jump into this review of Pottersville 2017. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Welcome back to another episode of the Popcorn Priest. You've got your host, the Popcorn Priest, and joining him is Cole Brains.
You gave out his last name.
Like I care who knows who I am.
Brain Rap Brains, 24 Frame Brains, and
Good luck trying to find me.
And what was yours? Your name?
His was Dustpan and Broom Tribe.
Dustpan Broom Tribe.
Broom Monkey.
We just screened Pottersville 2017.
Which I thought would be great. Sort of Christmassy.
Just cut to the chase. It was bad.
It wasn't that bad. It was okay.
Amazon Prime gives it 3.5 stars.
Bit high.
It went by really fast. I mean...
Because it was short.
I felt like it went by slowly.
It seemed like it went by really fast.
I checked out after the first half hour in a lot of ways.
20, 30 minutes to me.
A beloved local businessman inadvertently sets off a media spectacle when mistaken for Bigfoot in an otherwise quaint New England town.
This movie's weird. It's very weird.
And it says starring Christina Hendricks,
Michael Shannon, Ron Perlman, Thomas Lennon, Judy Greer.
It's got a crazy cast.
Ian McShane. That's the thing. And that's watching the trailer. I was like, I couldn't believe all the people that were in that's what made me want to watch it, was the trailer showing like the cast. I was like, wow, this, they put a lot of effort into getting some actually decent actors into this film. So, I mean, it should have been good, or should have been better than it was.
Directed by Seth Hendrickson.
I've never heard of that guy.
No idea who that guy is.
It doesn't ring a bell.
It's like a weird play on It's a Wonderful Life, but it's not.
It's basically like Groundhog Day.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Wonderful Life.
But without
the repeating day.
Directed by Jared Hess.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe.
It looks kind of like Wes Anderson, but not.
It's designed more for like a cute, family friendly kind of.
It's like they didn't know what they were making.
Yeah, it's basically like It's a Wonderful Life, but with Bigfoot.
Weird adult themes.
Yeah,
I don't know who the audience is for this, because it doesn't go deep enough into the adult stuff to work that way, and it's kind of goofy, but not goofy enough that kids would be way into it.
But wouldn't be way into it, but it's got all these really high caliber actors that would appeal to the older crowd, but it's just really strange.
There would need to be a lot more, like you mentioned earlier, Taylor, more slapstick,
more adult humor.
It feels like it could have gone either way. It's like it's threading the needle.
It's playing off the same joke throughout the whole film about
what's it rated? Is it
PG? I think it's either PG or PG-13.
It doesn't.
From having watched it, I could see it being PG.
It's either PG or PG-13.
There was no swearing that I can think of.
But the main problem is that it plays off the same joke of
the one old lady says
of Bigfoot,
I swear, being
fake, and just kind of playing off the fact that the whole town buys into the fact that there may be a Bigfoot, and that's basically the main joke, and then everything. Thomas Lennon makes up for some of it, and Ian McShane, but it's a one trick pony basically. When I thought it was going to be a lot more humorous given the cast that was involved.
It's I do like Michael Shannon. Still, this did not ruin him for me.
Thing.
But he does there was that bit at the beginning where he realizes what's going on, and he just kind of looks embarrassed and pissed, which is a great look, and it's just how I feel all the time. But then it just, I don't know. It's what was the point of this movie?
It was better acting than that one where he's chasing Joseph Gordon-Levitt as the bike messenger.
That was so good, though. He was so amazing in that. He was so over the top and just chewing scenery. It was good.
You're right. I'm thinking of a different movie. Premium Rush.
Premium Rush. Where he's this cop with a gambling problem, and he's chasing Joseph Gordon-Levitt through New York.
He was good in that because he was just so crazy and
he was like Nick Cage.
Exactly. He was Nick Cage.
He was crazy in that.
And that movie was barely any. It was PG-13. It had some cool sequences. They were this was probably really hard to make, but the story itself was stupid. But he demanded to be witnessed.
If you're looking for more of a family-friendly, kind of humorous, wind up doing the right thing Christmas show, then this is for you. But if you're looking for an off-the-wall, like offbeat, kind of raunchy comedy, a more adult-oriented comedy, this is not for you.
I wouldn't even recommend it for those people you mentioned.
I'd recommend it for families. I think
the furry stuff is weird, and it's hard to explain, and the movie doesn't go into it either way.
But that's the thing, though. It doesn't go into it.
So why have it in there?
I don't know.
I feel like you mentioned earlier that this feels like there's a lot that were cut out to make it, a PG.
Yeah, it seems strange.
I didn't think about that.
Maybe it was a little bit longer.
Like this could have been like a more adult-oriented thing, and maybe that didn't work. And they thought that because they have like a wholesome like overall theme that like that comedy they had in there was really jarring with it.
Your glasses.
But the end product just ends up feeling really bland.
Because what
it's
else?
like it's not like aggressively terrible.
But that's the thing, though, is you paint yourself into a corner, and 95% of movies, I mean, they've got to wind up doing the right thing so that a lesson is learned.
But that Christian Bale reference, why was that in there?
There was? I didn't even realize.
Yeah, like when he sees someone in his lights and he's almost verbatim quoting Christian Bale when he freaked out on set that one time from gosh, that would have been 8-9 years ago now.
Yeah, when he was on set with
Terminator Salvation.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that went
was
viral because he was yelling at a guy for being in his sightline when he
on
was
set of this movie.
No, Terminator Salvation.
He was just
Thomas Ledden was doing that in his scene in this when there was
his
a guy.
character.
Oh.
And it just seems it wasn't like a fun riff on it. It was just like a reference. It was like, hey, remember this thing that happened that was kind of funny at the time?
Everybody tries to contribute, but it's like nobody really contributes enough to kind of overcome the bland.
The movie's just very bland.
Yeah.
I think that it feels like stuff was cut out is because
it's an hour and 24 minutes, and that's insane.
The Christmas element of it.
But Christina Hendricks was in it for a long time and then gone for most of it.
And then she just shows up
right at the end.
towards
That's true.
You're never really sure what their relationship is. They're married apparently,
plus,
but
he pretends to be Bigfoot at the beginning of the show, hides the costume, but then only decides to break it out to help out the town towards the end of the show. And something makes me think that there was something there
missing
that he might have put it on to try and win her back. I'm thinking there's something.
I could have seen that.
There must have been something between the two of them that was cut out that kind of killed the structure of the show.
It makes me think that there must have been, considering the caliber of people they have in this, it had to have been more than what this movie is, right?
Yeah.
This can't be what they read and were like, I'll do this.
That's the thing. That's what made me want to watch it was the caliber, but it just
and maybe they filmed it how sometimes they film things 2 or 3 years earlier.
This just put on the shelf because they didn't know what to do with it.
That's what it seems like. This seems like something that was put on the shelf.
It wouldn't surprise me if that were the case.
Yeah,
they're hoping one of them would win an Oscar or something so they could ride that success.
Yeah, I'm thinking there had to have been. It's just like The Snowman, where there's just issues right from the beginning. That
just
development hell, and you're like, no, just production.
So pissed
the
movie got messed up.
I give this a
give it 2.5.
small bucket of popcorn, maybe even a burning bucket of popcorn. I don't think I would recommend this to somebody.
I wouldn't recommend it. Again, it's not aggressively terrible. It's aggressively bland.
Yeah, there's
not much there. It's not even particularly it's not even so bad that you're enjoying it just because it's like this dumpster fire.
Yeah, exactly. It's not bad. It's good. It's just
kind of
it's not great.
Made for TV kind of production of. It's got weird Nickelodeon Disney tone to it. It's very weird.
I'd watch it over a Lifetime movie for sure.
I'd put it on par with those though.
Sadly, I'd watch it again because I like everybody in it.
Well, yeah. Everyone's
I would have no qualms about watching it again. It's just
while watching this, I wanted to watch Midnight Special again.
That's true. Midnight Special or Take Shelter.
Oh man, the scene at the gas station in that movie is so crazy.
The scene in Take Shelter where he flips over that table.
It's pretty good. Yeah,
that's his best acting moment of all time. Right there.
Yeah, that's the ending to Take Shelter.
So is it safe to say, Cole, that you give this higher marks?
I'll give it 2 out of 4 stars.
Okay.
It's not terrible, but it's not great. It's kind of just one of those ones that's just kind of got lost in translation along the way.
What about you?
It's like on my 1,000-star scale, I give it a proton.
A proton.
You change your rating scale like every time.
No, because stars are made of protons and electrons. No, so I give it a proton.
I understand that the way stars work. I'm saying you change your rating system every time.
It's a very low rating.
I require a continuum of ratings because maybe it's a star and a proton.
It's 1,000 stars.
Or a star and 1,000 protons. And I need to be able to have that granulated scale. It's important to me.
Well, it's a mixed bag here.
So let's
definitely not
bad
great.
movie, but
so to summarize, in 3 months I will do better research on my next pick.
Yeah, I thought you had a couple of other good options. This one was a wild card for sure.
Yeah, I should have one. I should have done one of the Redbox ones I had.
It's fine.
I should have done Wonder Woman just to piss Taylor off.
I haven't seen it. I would have watched it.
I don't
really. You haven't seen it?
Nah.
It's good.
Those DC movies are all bad.
I refuse to. I gotta tell you about Justice League.
Huh?
I gotta tell you, I saw the second half of Justice League.
That movie's not great.
Oh man,
did you go see it?
I did go see it.
He had a hall pass, but like it's good when Superman shows up because Superman actually can act and makes it interesting. But
except for his photoshopped mustache.
Yeah,
looks so bad. Dude.
It seemed like that was
bad. No, you know what it is?
It all looks like
because he had a mustache from
No. You know why?
Mission Impossible 6.
Because he was contractually obligated to
keep it, which is really funny. Anyway,
but I didn't even notice the mustache.
Oh, dude! If you watch it again and focusing on it, there's scenes where his lip doesn't move.
I was too focused on it's Gal Gadot, Gal
Gadot,
the Wonder Woman.
I've
Gal
heard it,
Gadot. Okay.
I've heard it pronounced Gal Gadot, and
that can't be right. It's got to be Gal Gadot.
It's Gadot. But
it's not how Conan O'Brien says it to her.
I don't know. I just say Gadot, but
really,
you
said Gal Gadot.
You can definitely tell when it goes from a Zack Snyder scene to a Joss Whedon scene because
it's
the
wisecracking
is it's horrible.
Doesn't the tone shift too? I would imagine because Joss Whedon is all about those wisecracking humor.
Joss Whedon
and then Zack Snyder's are all dour.
It's just you can tell.
Or he has the good CGI.
Anywhere Superman has a CG'd face, it's a Joss Whedon scene.
It's Joss Whedon.
I mean,
that's
one check.
That makes no sense. Is that family that just has that boarded up house that just keeps appearing out of nowhere that makes no sense whatsoever.
That movie seems like it was also a dumpster fire that didn't come together.
It wasn't. So somebody described it perfectly as it's not a dumpster fire.
Is it just Pottersville? Is it the Pottersville of superhero movies?
That's how we brought it full circle. This
tangent we've got.
It's not the dumpster fire. It's just a regular dumpster that could have been something more.
So it's Pottersville of the superhero movies.
There we go. I think that's a good.
It's probably better than Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad. Those were both absolute trash.
It was better than B versus.
I think that's a great place to end this podcast.
Yeah, Pottersville. Don't see it.
Pottersville and Justice League is the same thing.
Life is finite. Do not waste it on this.
If it winds up being free or on Prime, then watch it.
Then watch something better that will inevitably be there as well.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
All right, guys, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Should you or shouldn't you watch this? Here are 5 reasons why you should not watch this. Number 1, and this is the only one. I worked at a theater for almost 4 years and watched every movie that came out, and I saw a lot of dumb movies. It took a lot for me to walk out of a free movie, and I've only done it once, and that movie was Dinner for Schmucks. And if I was in the theater for this one, I would have done the same thing. You couldn't pay me to watch this movie again. It's so bizarre. And that's it. No other reasons. So don't watch this. And I'm sorry. I know Cole would say otherwise, but man, I'm sorry. I really disagree, my man. As always, hit me up on the Twitters if you want to interact with the Great Popcorn Priest at Popcorn Priest. I respond to every tweet. Join me next week for our review of Logan Lucky. So if you want to get caught up with us, watch that. That's what we'll be reviewing next week. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.